Hey, what's up? It's Comic 95, the Savior. Once again, as always, excuse me, it's morning. I have been up for a couple of hours, but I'm on vacation and I haven't gotten ready or anything. So, yes, I know I look crazy. But back on subject. I'm sorry to continue this rant on this topic. I swear, there's more to talk about than racism. But this is how I see it. I'll stop talking about race and I'll stop talking about racism when it stops talking about me. So when it's no longer a problem and I don't have to think about or worry about these things, what is going on my lip? Okay, I'm sorry, yeah. My lip is dry. Right, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be ghetto. There's no skin though. Okay, anyway, when I don't have to deal with those things, I won't talk about it. But because it is an issue, I'm Black, I'm a woman, I'm a minority, it's my life. So it will be a big part of my journals. And I hate that that's so, but it's the truth. So anyway, the reason why I'm making this video is, ironically, after I just got through recording other videos about that, I literally just woke up to a message today from a racist in disguise Japanese guy, which I thought was just sending me a friendly message, whatever, on Instagram. And sure enough, after we both introduced ourselves, hi, literally only thing we talked about, then, are you a gorilla? And again, I know it's a troll. I know people are trying me or whatever, but it's really annoying and crazy. I've literally had dudes that have consistently been stalking me, Japanese guys that will make multiple accounts because I either rejected them, whether I said I didn't want to date them or was going to have sex with them. And I don't even like throwing in the fact that, I have a boyfriend or fiance or whatever. I don't need to be in a relationship to tell you no. I don't owe anyone anything, whether you are Black, Asian, white, whatever you happen to be. I don't owe you a relationship. I don't owe you sex. I don't owe you an explanation. I don't have to be in a relationship. And so this literally brings me back to being on Tinder or OkCupid or anything else. And please don't get the wrong idea of this. I don't mean to be hypocritical. Yes, I still recommend that everyone use these apps. I think they're great. I think they've helped keep me sane. I've met a lot of great people, including my own boyfriend and tons of my friends. So it would be a lie if I told you that there weren't good things from these apps. And to be honest, as always, playing devil's advocate here, but it's the truth, we always are going to remember and focus more on the negative things that people say and do to us than obviously the good things. We're going to remember the person that called you out your name, the person that called you an animal, the person that insulted you over the person that complimented and praised you. I've been told that, I look like all of these celebrities that I look nothing like a gazillion times over and over again. But I'm more likely to remember that one guy that told me that I was ugly, the one guy that told me that, my face was dirty because I'm Black, whatever type thing. This is the way we are as people. We can't help it, it's human nature. But at the same time, I want to address it because this goes back into what I was saying to the dumb Black bitches that be on my channel, as well as the white people that mean well or whatever, and even Asians too. This is not to attack Japan, to attack Japanese people. This is why I said that when you do that, you are basically victim blaming. It's the same way that you wouldn't say to a girl that got raped, oh, well, next time try wearing a pencil skirt instead of a mini skirt and maybe you could have kept that from happening. When you tell me that, oh, well, they're homogenous, oh, they don't know any better, oh, they don't mean that, are you not Black? Have you lived my life? Are you blind? Are you that stupid? So we're going to excuse people calling us animals. We're going to excuse people mocking us through their fashion, through their words, through their costumes. At what point do we stop? When do we say, okay, this is racist. Okay, there is a problem here. That's the problem. And I know that that's basically a fallacy, so to speak. But at the same time, it's true. You let people get away with an inch, they take a mile. You give them the excuse so they can get away with it. Say, oh, they don't know any better. They don't have this experience. You keep letting stuff go by, go by, go by. Pass over, don't care, push it out of the way, brush it under the rug, give them excuses for it. At what point do we stop that? I don't just have people like randomly saying stuff to me. I have people that are like legitimate, dedicated stalkers. So the solution is not, oh, just block them. You know how many people I have on my block list? Like, it's crazy. So I will say, in all fairness, to my knowledge, I don't think I've ever gotten a racist message from a Japanese woman, but I'm also not stupid. I've definitely had tons of experiences with Japanese girls who gave me, you know, like the look of death, so to speak, where they were just looking at me like in total disgust. But of course, you know, that's the other problem with being Black. You never really know whether somebody dislikes you because they don't like your personality, they don't like, you know, your weight, your height, whatever, or if they don't like you because of your race. And I'm pretty good at figuring out the two, but it's another like annoying thing as a Black person that a lot of you cannot relate to because you've never had to be in a situation like that. And I know that somebody from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, please grow up, put your big girl pants on, like you're too big for that, whatever type thing. And it's like, no, it drives you freaking insane. It's a psychological thing. If your whole life you're always being told you're lesser, you're an animal, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, you're whatever, everywhere, all around you. And then when you try to reach out for help, you tell people what you're experiencing, you tell people what, what's going on with you. Then it's met with, oh, get over it. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. So it's like you have two different extremes. You have people ignoring the abuse that you deal with. Then you have people that are causing, being the abuser. So it's like, where do I get help? Where does it stop? Where does it end? And so this is why I hate reading your stupid comments in which you all are saying shit, or even like videos, not even just on my channel, but I've watched other people's stuff and I've read other people's comments on stuff where a Japanese or Asian person, period, it's not just Japanese, but I live in Japan. So obviously I'm talking about my own experience. Everything is pushed out of the way. Everything is excused. Everything is met with an answer. Guys, xenophobic is literally a synonym for the word racist, you dumb fucks. So when you call someone, xenophobic or, xenophobia, whatever, that is so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. That's like saying, oh, well, it's the same difference between prejudice and racist. They're intertwined with each other. And really, the line between the two, just like with prejudice and racist, is so fucking close. It's the same thing, which is why they're synonyms for each other. They're both discriminatory actions based off of stereotypes, based off of preconceived notions and or beliefs about a person based on their religion, their sex, their gender, whatever the case might be. This is literally no different than that. That's the equivalent of saying that the KKK, oh, they're not racist, they're prejudiced, they don't know any better. They've only worn their white sheets. They've never experienced being around people that are Black. They just don't know. If you wouldn't say that for them, don't do that shit here for when they do stuff that's fucked up. I said in my previous videos, for those of you that have not already watched yet, that by that logic, I should be able to do the same thing. I'm a double minority. I am a Black woman. So if anything, I have the right to be racist to Asians too. Because why the fuck do I care to learn about what's insulting or offensive to you? My life is harder and worse than yours in any country that I go to, pretty much. So don't I have the right to be ignorant too? Don't I have the right to make fun of your eyes, make fun of your face, make fun of your features? No, I don't have the right, because if I do that, it makes me bad. I am a racist. Those remarks would be racist. Those remarks would be prejudice. You don't need somebody to sit down and lecture you on what isn't appropriate to say to people of another race. There are some things that we don't know, for example, like the N-word or saying Oriental or anything like that. That's different. But when it comes to insulting someone by trying to comparing their looks to an animal or their intelligence or anything else like that, come on, guys. As an adult, even a teenager, you know what you're doing. So I'm over it, like I said. I just really wanted to share that this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about from real life experience. This is what happens here. It's my day-to-day life. Excuse me. And like, in all honesty, I would say, I'm sorry for the hiccups. I would say I probably get at least one racist message, at least on a monthly basis, which is kind of nice. But that's also mainly because I'm in a relationship and I normally ignore my DMs to begin with, so I don't normally get to that point. But if somebody sends me a nice message, you have the intention on pretending like you want to be my friend, you want to hang out with me, whatever, then fine. Yeah, I'll reply back to your message. If I have time and your message doesn't come off as creepy and you're trying to date me or whatever, then yeah, normally I will. I'm not trying to encourage y'all to be sending me messages because no offense, I don't have time to read everyone's message. That's what my YouTube channel is for. You can leave comments here, but people don't know how to stop, because if you let people send you one message, then they send you 10 more, and then they send you videos and links and all kind of stuff, and it's like, look, I'm glad you like me, I love you too, but I don't want that kind of relationship with everybody. It's overwhelming, it's invasive, whatever. Like, I even regret giving people my Line account. Like, I don't like people that constantly message me, constantly check in on me, constantly think I'm going to just give them free personal advice. Like, my channel is for advice. You have personal questions, leave it in the comments, send me an email. I'm not your go-to person for DMs for every little situation goes on in your life. I don't mean it to be mean, but you wouldn't ask the bigger channels here in Japan to do that for you. Please don't do that to me and then get upset when I don't do that. And that will be a whole nother video after this one. But I really hate that. I hate that people don't see what's wrong with that. And so again, like, I've been called much worse things. I'm not offended by it in that sense. But the way that I see it is this. It's really ironic that I said this on Twitter, but the go-to line to insult Black people in Japan in particular is to use, once again, something that came from white people, the comparison between us and gorillas or monkeys. And it's really funny because I promise to God, I don't mean any offense to my Asian viewers, but for the people that do send me racist messages that are Asian, it's really ironic that your message to me is that I look like a gorilla. Have you not seen what you look like? Like, look at your face. Like, literally every message that I've gotten from a racist person, they look more like a monkey than I do. And so I'm like, you can't even come up with original material. Like, even your racial beliefs and your lines for racism come from white people. Your whole culture is based around my culture because all of your shit sucks. Your music, your movies, everything. To be cool is to act like a Black person and to pray to God that you're white by soaping and bleaching the shit out of yourself and wearing those ridiculous circle lenses. So it's just really amusing to me. It's like, if you're going to be racist and you're going to hate me, then don't copy and try to steal my stuff. And so it's the things like this that make me like have second thoughts. Like, do you really, and no offense to my boyfriend, but I'm just being real. It does make you think, do you really want to get married here? Do you really want to raise a family here? What are my kids going to go through? And so for me, Japan isn't really my country. I've made it my home, but it makes me have second thoughts. Like, do I want this to be my children's home? Because I can't imagine what that feels like. But then again, I guess I can, because even as a Black in America, you have similar situations. People telling you to go back to your home country, calling you, a nigger and this, that, and the other. So it just makes me so pissed off. And again, I'm not stupid. I know better than to hate everyone. I know it's not everyone. As I said at the beginning of this video, Captain Obvious, there are so many more people overwhelmingly that have nothing but good things to say about me, that treat me well, that want to be my friend, that want to date me, that, want to, make sure that I enjoy my time in Japan, etc. Overwhelming majority of people are like that. It's just a few bad rotten apples. But because they do exist, it needs to be brought to light. People need to know about it. And I hate that we keep pushing it under the rug and acting like it's not a big deal. There was a misunderstanding. They know what they're saying. They know what they're doing. So which one is it? Are Japanese people stupid? Are we going to pretend like they're retarded or something? And excuse my language, but I'm just being real. Because that's what you all act like. Or are we going to put them on the same table and judge them the same way that we would somebody from the UK or somebody from Australia or Canada, whatever? We wouldn't excuse them. These are all first world countries we're talking about, people. Like, let's stop with that. So It just really makes me like question, like, is this the life that you want, not only for yourself, because fine, at least I'm an adult, I have a thick skin, I've been black my whole life, I've been a woman my whole life, I've gone through crap just growing up in my day-to-day life and my household, but I feel sorry for the people that are mixed race, or for the people that aren't mixed race, especially, that live here. And then even people that don't necessarily look like me, like whenever I like feel bad or feel sad or feel shaken up by somebody saying something racist to me, I think, look at how much worse it is for somebody that has bigger and more problems than me. Somebody that is dark skinned, somebody that is bigger, taller, whatever. I've learned how to cope with my issues. I'm over it. This video is a part of that right now because I am pissed off and my feelings were hurt, I'll be honest. But at the same time, it's like, you get so used to hearing it and seeing it. And then at my point, you get to the point where you're like, well, if people are saying this to me, what are they saying to my friend who has less privilege than I do, who isn't from my country, who has darker skin than I do, who doesn't have the dialect or the accent that I have? Imagine how she feels here. So if she can do it, I can do it too. And I know that in the US, there's problems and racism there too. So that's the thing about being black. You can never fully escape it. You're always going to be dealing with it. The solution for everything for black people is go back to Africa for everything. Well, tell me where I came from then, because Africa is a continent, not a country. So, and give me back my shit from my ancestors too while you at it. So I can't stand it. Like it irritates me, but this is literally why I hate your comments. I hate your videos. I hate the stuff that people excuse it. And I understand that as a white or Asian person, you can't fully understand me. But this is also why I was tickled by this whole pandemic situation, because it took this virus happening for people to finally realize how much of a double standard and two-faced that they were. I saw so many Asian people speaking up and talking about the harassment and bullying that they faced during this pandemic, or people avoiding them or saying that they have, corona, whatever the case might be. And all I could do is think to myself, very interesting how all of these people that suddenly feel so hurt and are so vocal about racism that they're experiencing had, closed mouths during pretty much every situation where we went through it. But now we're supposed to fight your fight and defend you and stand up for you. And I hate that for black people. Like it goes beyond, it's not even just Asian thing, like even with Hispanics, like anytime something happens to us, we're blamed for it, we're criminalized for it, we're laughed at, we're whatever. But then as soon as something bad happens to another person of color, somebody that is, Hispanic, somebody that is Asian, then they want us to be on board fighting for them too. And it's like, where were you when I needed you? And again, it's never everybody, because of course I have friends that are Asian, I have friends that are Hispanic that definitely have stood by my side, that have defended me, that have fought for me. There are total strangers that have defended me, that have fought for me, etc., that I'll never meet. I'm totally aware of that. But I'm not going to pretend like most people are on my side, like most people do help me, like most people do stand up for me and do fight for me. So it is insulting and offensive, and it's honestly funny that it's something happening to you for you to understand it. And it shouldn't be that way. People are really quick to make assumptions, call you baby, call you whatever, until they're put in a situation where they have to experience racism. Like even my friends here in Japan, it's really, funny. I have most of my friends in Japan are white. But when I talk to people here, hearing them complain and cry about their racist encounters, and I just think to myself, like, wow, I wonder how it must be like to be black. Like if you think your life is bad here, like imagine how I feel. Imagine how my friends feel that have dark skin. Like the list just goes on. And not to belittle their situation or their problems, but I know that these people, if we were to have met in the US and I were to be complaining to them and venting to them and ranting to them about my issues as a Black American, they would not understand it. They would be like, well, that's because you're not doing X, Y, and Z, or, oh, it was just this one person, or it's just this, or, oh, it's not that bad. But now that they're in my shoes for once, now they see what I'm talking about. Now you understand. So I guess as they say, seeing is believing or whatever. You have to experience some things for yourself. That's life, whatever. I'm not bashing them. They're my friends. But I really hate that for a lot of people, like even being here isn't enough. Like a Japanese person can literally spit in your fucking face as a Black person. And there are Black people here that worship them so much, they'll be like, oh, they didn't understand. I must not have, I don't know, maybe I wasn't standing back far enough from them. Maybe I wasn't keeping 6 feet apart. I might have been, 5.6 feet, like, whatever. And it's like, the fuck? Like, y'all have excuses for anything, any and everything. And I can't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, as always, like I keep saying in this video, I know, Captain Obvious, it ain't everybody, but it's more than enough people. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. It's sad, it's scary, and it's ironic, like I said. The very same lines they used came from white people that also saw them as monkeys and gorillas or whatever too. And again, funny, because a lot of the people here have ears that stick out of their heads. They have much larger heads, small hands, small feet, in comparison to their body size. And let's not even talk about the small dicks. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, so you're insulting me and saying racist shit to me, which also applies to you because you're not white either, you dumbass. So, and then of course, I know in my comments right now, there's going to be some, Captain Save-A-Holes for the Japanese people. They're going to be like, oh, well, don't say that because now you're just as bad as them. As I said in my other video, bitch, the focus shouldn't be on me. I'm the victim hoe. Get mad at the perpetrator. Get mad at the hoe that's saying the racist shit. Don't come to me and be worried about me defending myself and defending my race. If you ain't saying racist, ignorant shit to me, I wouldn't have to say anything like that back to you. Simple as that. My fiance is Asian, so obviously I don't feel that way towards Asian people. My children will be half Asian. That ain't my goal. My goal isn't even to try to get even. I'm just telling you how stupid people like you sound when, one, you defend them, and two, for the racist people when they say that shit. It's like, if you're going to be racist towards me, don't use my culture, don't use my lingo, don't wear my fashion, don't wear my hairstyles. And why are you so obsessed with me? Why keep messaging me? Why keep stalking me? Why keep making new accounts? You have conflicting, shit going on with yourself. Your dick is in love with me, and your brain wants to be racist. Make up your mind. So it's just really funny to me that people that want to defend Japan don't see it. Japan's white knights, no pun intended. And then for the racist people here, everything you're calling me applies to you too. Like, it literally makes no sense. If you're going to insult me, at least be white. Not in skin complexion. I mean, be an actual white person. Because when you're not white, you're using their insults that they also use for you, you dumb fuck. So, and then these same people that go around saying racial jokes, making fun of Black people, etc., these are the same bitches you'll see that come to my country in the US and be crying about people avoiding them because they have coronavirus, or crying about people making fun of their slanted eyes, or making fun of, whatever their features are, making fun of their small dick or being short and having a big ass fucking head. So, like, all of that shit, they'll cry wolf about and act like big babies on the internet, and they'll come back to their home country. Yeah, Americans were so bad. They did this to me. They teased me about this. I didn't make friends. I didn't whatever. But then they come here and treat the foreigners in their country like shit too. So it's like, what? Like, why are you so worried about my race? As a Black person, I don't give a fuck about you as long as you ain't messing with me. I don't have time to be worried about what the fuck you look like. I don't give a damn about how ugly and busted you are. Even if I don't like you, even if I don't like your race, if you will, why would I be obsessed with you? If I think you're ugly and inferior to me, sweetheart, I don't have to prove it to you. It's already so, ain't it? Then I can let you be ugly, let you be stupid, let you be ignorant and inferior in your own little corner. What the fuck do I get out of messaging you, stalking you, harassing you, coming up to you? Hey, you're a gorilla. Hey, you're a monkey. Hey, you're whatever. Hey, you're this. What do I get out of that? Grow up. And so that's why I said that you will never, ever, ever in my life see me capping for Asians, capping for anybody but my own damn race. And even for my own race, sometimes it's hard to do too, because I know we have Uncle Toms and sellouts too. But I can never do that. And it's for that reason. And I hate to say that because, again, my husband will be Asian. My children will be. And trust me, you all, again, I'm not trying to hurt my, subscribers, my friends, my family. I mean, no harm to you. I'm not dumb. Like I said, I know it's not all of you. But I'm saying for that reason, I would never be the clown that's going to go on there and be capping for the, A and BW, whatever, community. Because what the fuck do they do for us when people do shit about us? They don't make no videos. They don't, anytime they do anything for us, anytime they share posts or anything else, it's for money. It's for views because they know Black people are so easy to manipulate. That's what all these channels are based on too. Almost all of them are run by Black women that have a fetish and they're throwing their husband in your face. You can count the channels that are run by Asian men. And normally when it is run by them, it's the same thing in reverse. It's a guy with a fetish that realizes, oh, I can make money off of this. Let me capitalize on Black, men and women's obsession with interracial relationships. And I've been guilty of that too, you guys. That's how I found out about all this shit. I've been in your position. But that's why I had to unlearn it, because I realized how unbalanced it was. Why are we drooling and obsessing over a race that don't do the same thing back for us unless it's for stereotypical reasons or money? I don't like to be used. So I'm down. This can go on forever. All I'm saying is there are definitely legitimately racist people here. Xenophobia is literally in the dictionary a synonym for racist and prejudice. It's factual. So when you say, oh, they're xenophobic, you just told me they are racist. That's like saying, oh, she's not pretty, she's cute. It's the same meaning. You can twist it and make it whatever you want, because some people say, oh, well, pretty means, in a girl kind of way, but cute means, more like in a beautiful kind of way, or even cute and beautiful. Of course, beautiful is supposed to be a higher level of that, but it's literally the same thing. Xenophobia and xenophobic is literally just justified racism is basically what it is. The excuse is, not even justified racism through the means of ignorance. So because you're not used to something, you're ignorant of it, and thus you do racist things. Whereas prejudice is basically supposed to mean the idea of believing that something should be separate or something is better. This is better than this. This is worse than that. This is lesser than this, based off of stereotypes and unfactual beliefs, basically. So what exactly is the difference between these things? There isn't. So if it makes you feel better to go to sleep at night by using the same words that we keep seeing thrown around, and I hate that too, like, not to get off subject, but I always see like foreigners in particular, and even Japanese people have been buying into it as well. It's like people literally have been recycling the same lies about Japan on the internet for years. Like before I even came here, I've literally seen people use the exact same quotes, the exact same statistics, the exact same stereotypes, the exact same wrong information from, talking about money in Japan, from fashion in Japan, to sex in Japan, to marriage, dating, relationships, children, everything. People don't do their own research. It's like literally one or two white guys said something was so, said Asian people don't like sex. Asian girls are submissive. It's okay to show a lot of leg in Japan. Or, Japanese people only use cash. There's no cards. There's no, pillows with cotton. Like anything that a few people have said 10, 15, 20, even 5 years ago. People take that information, spit it out their mouth like it's factual, like they know this, and then it keeps going and going and going. And people don't bother to do their own research. They strictly go based off of what they've been told, strictly go based off of what they think they know. I am even friends with people that have been here for 10, 15 years myself. And it's like, how do you live here that long and you don't realize that the stuff you believe ain't true? I understand for people that aren't here. But even then, it's like, y'all don't read for yourselves? Like, even my channel, like, don't just watch people on YouTube telling you their own damn opinion. Like myself, pick up a book. Talk to a real Japanese person. And not just one person or your boyfriend that you're fucking. I mean, actually get out there, make real friends, talk to real people, read real books that aren't made by somebody trying to sell you their $3 Amazon book. I mean, like, really get real information. It seems like people don't want to do that for themselves. And then they will argue you down and fight for what they think. And it's like, I ain't trying to be right. I'm telling you the truth because I had to unlearn the stupid shit you believe too. So, and this goes into that because I honestly believe that too. Oh, Japanese people aren't xenophobic. I mean, aren't racist. They're xenophobic. I was singing that same stupid tune as well. So, I'm done, y'all. I'm done. Just think for yourself. Experience things yourself. Stop making up excuses. And if you get nothing else from this video, xenophobia, xenophobic, racist, racism, prejudice, it's all intertwined. They're all synonyms. They're all one and the same. At the end of the day, that's all you need to know. I don't hate anybody. I'm not stupid enough to feel any type of way about an entire race. But all I'm saying is, if you're going to say racist shit to me, you might want to look at yourself in the mirror. Because if you're calling me a monkey, when you look more like a monkey than I do, and when your line to call me a monkey came from the people that call and think you're a monkey too, it's hilarious. It baffles me. And it's even funnier that you have no unique and original culture. Everything you do is based off of both white and black people. Your obsession with white skin, your obsession with pale hair, not pale hair, light colored eyes, pale skin, your music, everything you do in this day is all based around other people because you don't even like yourself. So apparently you're the real monkey, monkey see, monkey do. You can't make up your own mind. You can't do your own shit. You hate the way you look. You hate the way you dance, you sing, you act, everything. You come after me and my culture because we have flavor, we have style, and we can think for ourselves, shit that you can't do. So if you want to be racist to me, get your own shit in check first before you come to me. Have your own original shit before you say something about me. And also, apparently you're into bestiality because why are you flirting with me? Why are you talking to me? Why are you hitting on me? And then the moment that I reject you, now all of a sudden I become an animal. All of a sudden I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm a gorilla. So you have a thing for gorillas? I literally have talked to guys, I told you guys this before in my other video when I was talking about why I don't like Asian men. I literally have messaged guys just telling them I'm not interested, or I have a boyfriend, or I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'll hang out with you casually as a friend. And their response instantly is to attack my race. And I'm like, okay, I didn't say anything bad about your race. I didn't even say anything bad about you. I literally had a dude message me all his business, telling me what school he went to, his degree, his salary, which mind you, all this stuff is totally normal in Japan. I think Asian culture, period. Because normally, let's put it this way, stuff we would consider a girl to be a gold digger for doing in the US is standard here in Japan. Like, it's totally expected for a girl to like you based off of your job and money. So guys typically will brag about their height, their, job, their, school, where they went to school, etc. All of those things matter when dating girls. So they will normally openly say that. But they expect me to have that mentality. And while I do care about his money and education, I'm not going to lie, that ain't all that matters to me. And in this case, I'm in a relationship. So all I'm saying is, I'm not interested. But I hate that too. It's like, why do I need to have an excuse for why I'm not interested? That's why I don't reply to messages. And I've had guys like complain about that too and be like, oh, well, you should at least reply back. It's rude, it's whatever. Because I don't know how the fuck you're going to react to me replying back to you, even if I'm nice to you. I'm never mean to people. I'm not. If you respect me in your messages, the worst that might happen to you is I won't reply back at all. But if I do reply back, I'll always say something nice. I'll say, I'm not interested, or I'm sorry, whatever. Or I just don't say anything. And even then, it's met with stalkers, it's met with hate, it's met with racism. So why the fuck do you think you should get pushed ahead in line? Do you know how much time I would waste every day if I replied to every single message I got from dudes trying to flirt with me and hit on me? So, I'm done, y'all. This rant can go on forever. It is now lunchtime. I'm about to eat. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm sorry to complain. Sorry to bitch. I promise you, I do not hate Asian people. I do not hate white people. Like I said, most of my friends here are white. My own children will be half Asian. My own boyfriend/fiance is Asian. It wouldn't even make any sense. But I'm not going to deny the fact that there's a lot of things that just don't make sense. And again, if you're going to call me a monkey, like, you might want to look at yourself first. And you also might want to consider where the thought, idea, notion of blacks being a monkey even came from, because I know this is hard for you to remember, but actually, you were in the same category as being a monkey as we were. You're not white. Like, you can bleach yourself all you want to, but you're not white. That's why you guys got put in concentration camps too. You can try to be white all you want, but you ain't finna be. You don't get treated like them. And even now, a lot of them have a fetish for you for inappropriate reasons to begin with. So I'm done. We're off of that. I know I just pissed off a lot of people. I don't care, because you racists pissed me off too. And if me speaking my mind and saying how I felt made you upset, then please leave and be gone right with them. Have fun. Bye. So now I'm done. Have I said that for the 50,000th time? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.